The scheme you can see is a very useful one to be able to do a text analysis of an English poem. Starting from the very first data of the poem itself, the author, the title, the collection, and the date of the writing. Is the title meaningful? Is the content addressed to anyone in particular? What is the layout of the poem? Is it a traditional scheme? Does it look like a sonnet, for example? And then the poetic genre form. It is an epic poem or a narrative poem or probably a ballad. Then come the sound devices. Does the poem have a regular or irregular rhyme scheme? And are there any rhyming couplets? Does the rhythm follow any run-on lines or unstopped line? That is to say, a line which ends coinciding with the ending of the sentence. And then the typical sound devices we already know: alliteration, assonance, repetitions, or onomatopoeias. Soon after starts the analysis of the language. Is the poem rich in the use of similes, similitudini, or metaphors, or possibly symbols, or personifications? Does the poem contain any paradox? And then the linguistic register. Is it an elevated tone or is it a colloquial one? Is the style clear or straightforward, that is to say, diretto? Is the language vivid or detailed or imaginative? Then comes the tone. The tone of the poem can be a tragic one, it can also be a humorous one or a committed one. And does the poem contain any key words, parole chiave, occurring many times in the poem itself? Then let's go to the message of the poem, at least as regards the aim of the poet. What does the poet want to convey to the reader? Does he want to satirize society or criticize society or show a particular aspect of life, of love, of writing? And then the collection to which the poem belongs, or some references to the author's lives and works, or the literary context, or the historical or social context. And finally, your personal response. I think the poem, or in my opinion, the most interesting part of the poem is what I like most of the poem, what I dislike, what strikes me of the poem. And with this final personal response, you can say that your text analysis of a poem can be concluded.